My name is Jiaoying Summers. Don't worry about pronouncing Jiaoying. My iPhone auto-correct Jiaoying to annoying. People also ask me, why don't you have a Chinese last name? I had one before I got married. I was a hoe. Hi guys, welcome to the third episode of Tiger MILF. Third time is a charm. I already had 2 husbands, so I'm very excited about the third one. I'm trying to be funny. So we're supposed to have our Jewish friend here, but he is busy. So now it's just me and Nate, which is probably going to be a different direction. We'll talk about me rather than, the Jewish people, about how we met and how I was a loser last year and I'm the same this year. I don't change.
Yeah, just the half black guy here. No Jews this time. Sorry.
Nate, I don't like. I'm just curious. Like, can you say the N word?
I
don't
can.
think you're qualified to say
I have to whisper it though, because I'm half. I can't.
Because
say
you don't even look half. You look pure Italian. Like you look like you are from.
I get it
you
all.
Look like you are like a Middle Eastern or like.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, I don't think you can even whisper.
I have to have like a relative next to me, and then I have to have, like
how
photos
about your
of my
relative
family.
don't want to be nice to you? Like, I'm not your cousin. What are you talking about, white boy?
And also, my name's Nate Jackson, so it's like, you kind of have to be like, okay, well, that's not a Indian name.
I don't think you can say. I don't really.
It's not a very Arabic name.
I don't think you can say the N word.
I don't personally.
I know you don't. I never heard you say.
And
Well,
but
you really don't look half black though.
Hey,
is that racist
what can
to
I
say
say?
that? Because you just look like you are more exotic than me.
Yeah, no, I get it all. Every race except for, like you said, like no one would ever guess what I am. So I just, I'm a man of mystery. I'm a chameleon.
That's fun. You can hear all the racist shit people say.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I grew up in Orange County, and they have a lot of racist stuff to say. So yeah.
It's crazy.
Actually.
OC is crazy. I live in Orange County in Irvine for a long time, like at least like 6 months or 7 months.
Where were you? Irvine?
Irvine.
Yeah.
Because my first husband, I have husbands, plural.
Husbands.
Yeah. First one, why was I saying like the first dog? The first husband. Do I look like I'm somebody who's like having a lot of husbands?
I mean,
but
you look very dynasty-esque today. Like you probably have had like some rich oil baron husbands like that you just like rattled through, or you're like go through them like tissue.
I wish though. I would never waste tissue like that. But husbands, yeah, I'll go through.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived in Irvine. My first husband, he's a scientist. He's better off without me. But we tried, and I remember Irvine is very racist, especially closer to Irvine. There's some some Westminster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember I went there to shop to buy, I think to buy some beddings and stuff. There's some young kids, like a really young boy. He was like with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And he just saw me. He just poked me. He's like, chinky chink.
What?
He poked me with his finger.
What did the mom do? Just like...
She laughed.
Wow. In Westminster, too. I would expect maybe Huntington Beach, but Westminster, wow. That kind of takes me off. Because, I mean, that's like, honestly like a pretty like Asian area.
Yeah, but
Westminster Garden Grove.
The boy is Latina.
Latino?
Yeah, Latino. The mom is Latina. The boy is Latino, so they see Chinese people, Asian people, very different from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a Japanese, Vietnamese kid be like a chinky chink,
Right.
I'm like, you're also chinky. Like, we are the same species.
Right.
But this boy obviously has big eyelashes, big eyes. So it's obviously my eyes are very different from him.
Yeah.
So I said, "Where's your dad?"
God. Well, I mean, I just think, overall, like...
He poked me. That's the thing. Like, you can call me chink. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like when people poke me. That got me very angry. Like, just the poke.
Yeah. No, nobody likes to be poked.
Poked on my stomach.
I don't even like to be poked on like Facebook. Remember when they had that like poking thing? But I'm like, why are you
It's
poking me? That's
it's so
weird.
weird.
Yeah, no,
I don't
it's
like.
not. It's
Yeah,
not good.
I was upset because he poked me. I was okay with him calling me a chinky chink. I'm like vocabulary,
Yeah,
but
no. Come up with
not
some more
poking.
creative words, young
Not
man.
poking. Don't poke me. Don't poke me unless it's my G spot.
And you probably don't want a little boy doing that, so
No,
probably
no,
better.
cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. In general, in general. Oh my
Anyway,
God,
this is a rip roaring way to
we have to
start
cut this
this.
off before I'm canceled. Can we cut this off because I don't want people to think I'm a pedophile? Because I hate kids. I hate my own kids already. I hate them so much. I hate the kids. We should not be having children. Robots are better.
Yeah,
They are better.
no. Well, I
They'll
mean,
grow up and tell you are a cunt.
well, I mean, you must love them a little bit. You came up with Halloween costumes for them at the last minute,
It's
right?
only because I don't want the reason why they when they fail in life, they're like, well, my mom, she did not buy me Halloween costumes at my first Halloween parade in school, and that's why I'm a loser now. I don't want to be the reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let other people take that
yeah,
role. Yeah.
yeah, my ex-husband should be the reason why my son is not happy.
Mm.
But he'll be happy because I'm still alive.
Yeah.
You know he loves me. He has to love me.
Wait.
My son.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think he loves me.
You're a cool mom.
You know,
You're
he
like a
brings
legit
coffee,
cool
right?
mom.
He
Huh?
brings coffee in the morning to my room, and he walks slowly. He holds the coffee. He goes, shh, shh, be quiet.
Because it's too hot.
Yeah.
Quiet down the heat. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's so dumb. It's adorable. He's literally like, shh, shh, shh. I'm like, what's wrong, Winston? He's like, it's too hot, mommy. Shh.
He's already working on bits. He's already working on his own comedy.
That's funny.
So, you've inspired him to come up with his own act, So
yes.
I'm sure he's getting some of that from you just by watching.
Okay, I have a very serious question, Nate.
Serious, okay.
So the joke we worked on, right, is, Kanye fucked up so hard that all the Jews around the world stopped picking up his call. That happened to me as well. Whenever I ask one of them to bring me home to meet their parents.
Right.
So I got people telling me that I saw this on Twitter. Before you get canceled, I want to tell you this is seriously wrong. First of all, it's not funny. Let's start with this one. Right? First of all, it's not funny. Secondly, it's racist.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say Jew. It's racist. If you are
saying
not Jewish.
Jew. Oh,
you can't say the word Jew. It's racist. Secondly, implying that they have yellow fever is racist. So there's like a lot of racism in that tweet, and it's still up. It's still up. So I just want to ask you, as a world-renowned journalist.
Talk me up now. Yeah.
Journalist.
The best.
Yeah, the best. Obviously the best. Not only at ordering oysters, but also at writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you may know that as his love for fresh seafood and sitting by Long Beach, ordering but the best oysters. But he also he can write. He actually do that.
I can do a little bit of writing.
Yeah, he does a little writing.
I've done a few things. Yeah.
So what do you think of as people talking about Jew being a slur?
I mean, that's new to me. I mean, I've grown up with like Jewish friends my entire life, and they've all, I don't know, it's not even really, I think that if you are describing someone's, ethnicity or their religion, whatever it might be, like, they refer to themselves that way. I've said the word Jew and talking to a Jewish person, like describing what they are. Doesn't sound like offensive to me, but like honestly, look, people that respond to you in the DMs on Twitter are probably the last people you should listen to.
Yeah, I just said that you're like, you take it back. You can't say that. I'm like, can all the Jewish dicks I sucked to take the dick back? Like it's too late.
Your credentials.
Yeah, I've been sucking Jewish dick exclusively for like 10 years. I don't even say anything. I just like, you are not having matzo balls tonight. You are having fried rice. You want to argue with me? No BJ for you tonight. Now shut the fuck up and back off. Like, I don't care.
I mean, yeah, I just think people overall just Twitter, I don't know. We'll see now that Elon runs it. We'll see what happens.
I'm
But
just
I don't have like high hopes, but I'm just saying like overall, I think people like on Twitter and on social media, it's just like they're trained to kind of either have like the ultimately crass sense of humor or like no sense of humor at all. So it's like there's very like to me, there's not that much in between. It's just
I think we should probably do a poll of our Jewish friends that is Jew offensive. What do you think?
I mean, if we had one here in the studio today, he might weigh in, but he's not.
I know that. Yeah,
We'll just keep staring at the empty chair
I know.
where he was supposed to be here, but he's not.
Yes.
But it's okay. We'll do a poll later
We'll do a poll.
online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Hmm.
Okay. So, do you think Kanye's career will be over? Or you think if he apologizes with a good PR, he'll be back? Or you think this is the point of no return?
Oh man. Well, I definitely think that as an artist, whatever he's doing, like right now, if he's really trying to push boundaries, like congratulations. But they're all the wrong to me. They're all the wrong boundaries. And I think that like, he's probably gonna look back on this period and be like, wow, I fucked up basically. I don't think that, even if this was something where he had like a different strategy in mind than what's being presented to the world, I think that, he's just going about it in a kind of a way that has no choice but to like cut ties with a lot of people. It's not even just the people that he's directly offended, but it's like indirectly as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's tough because he's also got that artist ego, that genius ego where it's like
he can sing.
Well, he can sing. You think so?
He can rap.
Yeah. I don't know about sing. I mean, without auto-tune, it's a tough go.
So what can I do?
But I think he could apologize, but I'm also thinking that like at the end of the day, like, is Kanye ever been the type to apologize? I don't think so.
He will apologize.
And so it's a choice, it's a career choice, it's a life choice,
I think it's a career choice.
Yeah, I mean it's
a career suicidal choice.
Yeah, well, I mean, but there's just so much wrapped up in it. When you talk about, the Jewish community, also, Black community, just the overall like world community looking at him and saying like, what has this guy done to himself? Or what's going on? Like, how come no one's around him, like telling him like, dude, chill.
Kim left.
Yeah, no, Kim. Yeah, Kim is she was probably one of the later like people to finally weigh in. I'm glad that she did, but it's also just like
she had to. She won't be a lawyer. She has to be nice to Jewish people.
Right. She's got to maintain those bonds, those relationships, and she's looking at her husband going all nutso on all over the place. It's just like, man, like I didn't pass the bar, so I could, or almost pass the bar. Baby bar,
yeah.
So that I could be.
I want to tell you, Nate. Do you remember when you talked with me about when you told me that when Kanye was at the board meeting at Adidas, he was playing porn, and then you're like, it's not a Reebok. Is this
put all my jokes up?
You wrote it, or like it was just like somewhere?
Oh well, I mean, it's definitely. I think that's definitely, probably a Reebok style of behavior of just not giving a fuck. And
yeah, but I literally did it. It kills more than anything.
Right.
In this month.
That's
so good. I'm doing this joke to the camera.
Okay.
So people understand. Okay, guys, we all know Kanye is going crazy. Guess what he did? You cannot even imagine. When he was at his board meeting at Adidas, he was playing porn at the board meeting. I cannot believe how disrespectful that is. Come on, have some respect. This is not Reebok. That's a good. That's a good. I don't have to even like try hard. People die.
Oh, nice. Well, people get it, and but also, I think what we got to think about what shoe brands are waiting in the wings, waiting to just hold open the door and say, Psh, "All right,
For
man."
Kanye?
Yeah, I mean, Skechers threw him out. So that's already you're starting pretty low. So
shoeless?
Shoeless?
Shoeless store. They
Oh,
sell
Payless?
Payless shoes.
Payless. I'm thinking like Payless might be looking at like
shoeless. Payless.
yeah. Kanye's shoeless now.
Yeah, he's shoeless now.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, yeah, Payless could probably sling some like, generic brand Yeezys, And
so he's no longer a billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you take that contract plus a lot of the other ones he's just lost. I mean, it cuts you down pretty quick.
Really don't understand what did the Jewish people do to him? What did the Jewish people do to him?
I mean,
like I don't know why he's so triggered and he's have so much hatred for them.
Yeah, I don't think there's really an answer to that. I mean, I think could be like, all the aspirations he's had of being, a businessman, and like obviously more than aspirations. I mean, he's become a mogul, but there's still, I think, these groups of businessmen maybe who he's looking at as, could be Jewish, whatever, but like they're in like an even higher upper echelon of like, been doing this for like 20, 30 years and have like a certain status in areas that he wants, like in fashion and, music and, tech and stuff. And, maybe he just feels like no matter what he does, he's just never fully let into that inner circle. And maybe there's some anger associated with that.
Yeah, but really I feel like being a billionaire is the inner circle.
Yeah, but even there's like the billionaires club. There's always an inner circle amongst the inner circle. I think that's true. It's like the groups get smaller and smaller.
I think that's true.
And Ye, like, even though he is a major star and all that, like compared to like 20, 30 years of some of these people who are massively, massively wealthy, it's like he hasn't been at it that long. But like, because he's been Kanye for so long, his ability to tap into culture and make people want to buy anything he sells, that goes way farther than somebody who may just been like, hey, I sold, whatever. Like I created, LinkedIn or something. And but beyond that, like, let's say, have like an oil business or something. And I've been just like growing wealth, like for years and years, like generational type of, like Kanye, I look at him, as far as like, looking at even at hip hop in general and like the mogul era of hip hop of like being able, like even before him, like Russell Simmons and, Diddy and Jay-Z and stuff, like all of that is still so new.
Yeah.
And, Kanye, he's at the top of the heap for sure. But still, we're talking about like a lot of, institutional racism that's just not going to go away because you're rich.
Yeah.
And like him saying like, I make more money than you, like to like Pierce Morgan or whatever. It's like, there's always going to be somebody who makes more than you that's going to say, no, like you don't get to be in this club. And so it's like, hey, you could either bide your time and keep doing stuff that's going to decades and decades down the line, like going to make you enough, make you enough money to say, no, fuck you, it's my club now. Or you're going to take it the way he's taking it. And I don't, which is to get your money taken. I don't know.
Yeah, but Kanye is so great at throwing shade, though. Like
he is.
An interview, he just managed to throw in Pete Davidson. He's ugly, and then like he's.
Well, I mean, maybe that's just the truth, though.
I don't think Pete is that hot, to be honest.
I mean, yeah.
How big is his dick? Like it's 10 inches? I don't believe it.
Yeah,
I just don't believe it. Davis, I
Yeah,
don't believe your dick's 10 inches long. I just don't believe it. And then last episode we talk about too much about dick, so we're just gonna end the
this is
dick
the
right now.
yeah, this is about to be a
But I
dick
don't believe
cast
it.
again.
No more.
I did
No
my
more.
research on the last episode. I'm like, okay.
Mario, yeah, we can't talk about right now because we talked a lot in the last episode about his dick.
Yeah, it's like
Okay, no
good
more dicks.
PR for that. Yeah.
Yeah, no
And
more. Yeah.
I don't know. That's got to be kind of like you know, I don't know. As a guy, you get hyped up so much, and then it's like, then whatever reality is, you feel like, oh shit, like I can't compare it to the myth. It's like you don't want to do that.
Mhm.
You don't want to overhype.
Yeah, I hope Kanye gets some help.
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah. I hope he gets at least one friend to like for him to listen to,
Well,
and like
that won't happen, but other help.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's just it's rough to see, and someone in the media who's been having to cover a lot of this stuff and like work on coverage with our team at the LA Times to cover it. It's like it's the gift that keeps on giving in terms of like stories and content and interest, but then you have to look at the flip side of that and like watching the destruction, decline of a person, and like seeing it as like something that is a truly rough, depressing thing, to watch.
Like watch me.
Oh, yeah.
my
Just
God.
every time I see you on stage, I'm like,
Oh,
someone should it be me? Who should tell her?
You should not be doing comedy, lady. Learn
But you
English
had
first.
that.
Learn English first.
But you had all that in the beginning of your career, though, right? Like in the beginning when you were first starting out.
Oh my God.
Before it was a career, when it was just a mad compulsion to get on stage and talk about whatever.
So my friend Greg has a term for female comedians who dress up for open mic. He calls them bend over open micer.
Bent over open micer.
Yeah.
So like you mean like you dress like you're dressed now to go to an open mic?
They can't afford this to go to the open mic. This is
yeah. What do you mean? Like
no, I'm just it's a joke.
Someone that tries
it's
too
a joke.
hard.
Somebody like who doesn't understand comedy is not for somebody who has self-respect or the love for life. Comedy is for somebody who do not have a plan B. That's what you want to be on stage. It can be okay with not getting paid at all for the rest of your life to be on stage. It's for this kind of person, not for somebody like I can be doing some stand-up, then I can get in a TV show, I can become an actress, a movie star.
Yeah.
But those girls, they are so, even boys, girls and boys, they are so hopeful. They are so, you can see there's still hope in their eyes. Like,
right.
Beautiful people who has a lot of hope, who's talented, who also just like because comedy is hot right now. A lot of comedians, I mean, all of actors, they realize that there's another way you can do. Because audition, you have no control over it.
Right.
You have to wait to get an audition from your agent if you're lucky you have one or you don't have one. And you're like, oh, if I just got good at comedy, I can be in my own movie like Ali Wong, like.
Yeah.
But people think like that, and then I see those people, and they ask me, they're like, "How do I get in the Laugh Factory?" I said, "You go there at 1 p.m. You stand in line, and you wait for 3 hours for the audition, and and then if the booker likes you, you get a callback." They're like, I can't do that.
I can't debase myself that way.
Yeah, I can't go lower than that. No, I don't. I can't. I'm like
following a dream sounds so hard.
Yeah, I'm like, I did it. They're like, I don't believe it. Like, there's no way you would do it. I did it.
Right.
So I feel like comedy is really for somebody who has to do it. Right. It's not for somebody who wanting to do it for fun and getting your heart broken. Your heart will be broken. It's a million times right. Your heart will be broken.
Yeah.
And you have to, and I don't regret at all. If I have to do it, I'll do it earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of the like people that I know in the scene that has like the most dedication when it comes to all of like doing all the steps. And I mean, yeah, you've had success, you're having success now, but then people didn't see like you said, when you were sitting on that lawn chair waiting to get picked, at the Laugh Factory.
I never got picked though.
Yeah,
for
waiting.
years,
Yeah,
year and a
yeah.
half. I never got picked,
No, but like now it's like,
and I keep going. I keep going back. I
right.
remember I just had a baby. I had a really severe postpartum depression, not just because I gained a lot of weight. I can't lose the weight because you have to breastfeed, and in Chinese culture, you have to eat a lot of food.
Mm,
I remember my ex husband was trying to just like force me to eat food mentally, trying to tell me that I have to eat plenty of food to get enough milk for the baby.
mm.
But my doctor would be like, you don't have to eat for two. You just have to eat healthy food. You are full. It's fine.
He was
But
just
in
trying
Chinese
to like,
culture, he tried to find me up.
yeah, he's just trying to keep you.
I think so. But he left me anyway, so I don't know. I left him. For the record, I left him.
You have to look into the camera when you say that.
For the record, I left him.
There we
I
go.
left my husband. I did.
Make sure you know, buddy.
Make sure you guys know I left him.
Yeah.
It's mainly because I got a LASIK surgery, and the result was the problem is that it was too good. Like I was asking for good vision, but my doctor, he's also Tom Brady's doctor. He gave me the best vision, HD vision, perfect vision. I got home. The first thing I saw was the flaws in my marriage. I filed for divorce next day. I filed for divorce next day. That's what happened. Tom Brady's getting divorced. He got
Yeah.
divorced. It's official.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they announced it, but it's like it's already been done. Like,
Yeah.
they were just basically like, I don't know what, trying to make us all think that it was on the rocks. And it's like, man, that paperwork's been, the ink on that contract has probably been dry. Once they moved to Florida, it was probably just over.
I just don't get it. They are probably two of the most beautiful women.
Beautiful.
Sorry, two of the most beautiful people, right? Like,
Yeah.
a really beautiful couple. They are both very accomplished, both of them. Even like people like, oh, Gazelle is giving up her career for him. She did do it, but she did also had a really great career as a model. She's one of the most famous, successful
And
models.
she also got more money than him. She could quit.
Yeah.
she's paid. She doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And so is he. I mean, that's the thing. It's like they both have so much money. It's like, so I think, for him
Like,
to
how
say,
good is playing balls? I
don't know how good playing ball. I don't know how good playing balls are. I'm sorry. That was the last week's podcast.
Oh yeah, why not? I mean, he just love balls so much.
Yes, he does.
He just love to play balls so much.
Yeah.
But not with his kids.
I know.
Hi, Dad. Can we play some football together? Not with you losers.
Yeah, no, it's sad, but we'll see. Maybe some people are just better as co-parents, and if he wants to continue on, playing, then
I kind of understand that though.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand that. So
wanting to keep going and just focus on your career and not worrying about like pleasing a significant other, or is it? Or I mean, it's just kind of complicated because like it is he has like have this family,
Yeah, but like
kids and
he's not
stuff, but
abandoning his kids.
yeah,
I mean, how many the things that when you have so much money and power, because people always say like when you have money, the good thing about have money is having time.
mm-hmm.
So I guess when you are rich, you don't have the time to hang out with your kids as much. It's very sad.
Mm.
But when if you are very poor, you have to, let's say, travel to a different city to work, and you can't be with your children, and you send the money home. You see them like 4 times a year. People think it's like, oh, it's a good dad working hard for the kid. But once you have so much money, you see them once a week. You are an asshole.
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything. He's already cemented like greatest of all time. Like he doesn't have to do anything. If anything,
it's for himself.
It's for himself, but it's also kind of like, at a certain point, you're just like, your body's just gonna wear down to the point where you're not gonna be effective, and then your legacy is gonna be like, like Michael Jordan trying to play baseball. At the end, it's like nobody wants to see that. Nobody.
You are a savage.
Please don't come after me, Michael. I'm sorry, man. Hey, MJ, I don't want to be on the next documentary. Because the thing about that, those people like that, like who are just like super, at the top of their game, top athletes, super competitors and stuff, like
that's a thrill to be competing.
Yeah.
When you don't have you don't compete anymore. Like, can you imagine Tom Brady go to Trader Joe's buying
Right.
things, buying a loaf of bread, and just standing in line.
He's just like chucking it down the
Yeah,
aisle, like
yeah.
throwing it at they
Like
go
have,
deep, you know.
yeah, coconut, big coconuts, just like throwing,
Yeah.
acting up.
But that also is like part of the like with competitors like that. It's like, yeah, I mean, it never leaves. You always have that instinct, but you can channel it into other things. Like,
Yeah.
there's people that, like look at like Magic Johnson, like became like, he even beat AIDS. That's how good of a that's
Did
good of a
he?
competitor. He's still got it, but
Is
it's
it?
still tagging along, but
Mhm.
he's fine. Like he's a competitor in the sense of like with business,
Yeah.
with
You can,
with
yeah, that's brilliant. You can actually channel into your competitiveness into different things, like a
yeah.
beauty product with Giselle.
Yeah. Like instead of,
Do you think he'll regret it?
divorcing Giselle
Mm,
or what?
I guess divorce this beautiful family.
I
I don't
mean,
I don't
he's
regret
gonna,
my divorce because mine wasn't beautiful, but I'm asking about him.
yeah. I mean, it's tough because on the one hand, he's Tom Brady, so I think he'll bounce back. But
Yeah,
I think,
he can have any woman he wants, right?
but I also think that, it's divorce is it's never easy for anybody. But I mean, even if it feels liberating, there's got to be parts of it that are difficult, But I think with him, it's just like
People
trying.
blame him though.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
media, everybody
it's tough
blaming
when
him for being
you're.
selfish,
It,
for wanting to have his career. I mean, he has best career in football, but like want him to continue
yeah.
to be on the field, and people blame him for that. I feel like I don't think it's I don't think it's fair, to be honest. Not because I'm sexist, I am, but I just don't think it's fair.
Mm,
Because some people, they all they want is just to be on the field to compete.
hmm.
That's their joy, and he's not lying to nobody about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel good sitting at home. He,
Sure.
I just feel like, I mean, he doesn't need any sympathy because he's Tom Brady. But at the same time, I feel like it's actually he's honest, because if he's not gonna he chooses football over Giselle, it means
Mhm.
that he really chooses football over
Over everything.
everything.
Hmm. And look, I mean, anyone that's commenting on it, including us, it's like we don't know what it's like to be Tom Brady. We just have no clue. So, like anything that's driving
But
him,
you can know what's to be like to fuck him. He's single now.
I mean,
No,
I
no, I'm
probably
just
don't have a
kidding.
good shot at that, but like maybe you do.
I
You're gonna move. You're gonna go back to Florida.
I'll go back to Florida. I mean, no string attached. He didn't want a family. That's perfect for me.
Yeah, and you'll be on the road
Yeah,
constantly.
nice. Hi, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'll never cheat on Brad Pitt. I'm a lady of romance. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's a joke. It's me and Brad Pitt, baby.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Brad, hears about it through this podcast.
Yes,
And comes
Brad.
calling.
Yeah, call me.
You
My
know,
phone number is 310 678 5. Okay.
309.
Okay, let's stop.
Okay.
I don't even want to drink kombucha, but it's free. It tastes good. Tropical.
Yeah,
It tastes good.
it's good for your gut.
Nice.
Not that you have a gut. You don't have a gut. I'm just saying it's good probiotics for digestion.
Nice. Thank you so much.
So that's a lesson for everybody
I'm
out here. A health
still
lesson.
digesting the sorrow of my Jewish friend abandoning me.
Well, no, it's Halloween today, so which we didn't even acknowledge, by the way. But
Well,
maybe he's
Chinese,
just
we don't celebrate the Halloween.
maybe he's just a ghost. That is his Halloween costume. Maybe he's just invisible
I
somewhere.
I don't think he's a ghost. I think we just saw him like at the
He
show.
ghosted us.
Yeah, he ghosted us. That's for sure.
I
That's
mean,
the Halloween. He's like, I'll be ghosting you guys. Yes, say yes for Halloween. I'll come as, hi, Jonathan.
yeah. Oh well.
Let's talk about how we met and
Oh, it's
how
a good
magical it
story.
is. 1 year, what happened in 1 year? As just remove me as your friend, like this crazy Chinese lady with
Yeah.
long hair like a mop. My hair was so long,
Yeah, you had long.
come
Yeah,
and
your hair was black. still.
jet black,
Yeah.
and I was crying.
This was right after you shot the comedy invasion
30
special.
minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on Peacock.
Mm-hmm. And I remember I did a story for the Times about the actual event, the Comedy Invasion, when that was taping, and Aiden Park, who is a good friend of yours.
He can't park.
Yeah, he he invited me to come to see another show that he was part of at the Comedy Chateau over there in North Hollywood, and he's like, "I have to introduce you to someone." I'm like, "Who?" Because I had seen you, I saw your set at the Comedy Invasion thing, and I thought you were funny, and
That was the worst day of my life.
and little did I know that it was like the worst day
Literally,
ever for you.
The worst day of my life. I drove a U-Haul to the taping. I drove a U-Haul from a Chinese ex-husband into a Japanese culture center to tape my special. And my face was swollen like a pancake.
It was
crying.
fine. Your face, like I didn't know as an audience member that anything was wrong.
It was bad.
I know, but that's how how far
I associated this awful feeling with that special, and I was so upset. And when I saw the footage, I was like, I wasn't bad.
You weren't.
My heart was bad.
Yeah, but that's at that point, I think you were already on your way because you had that professionalism to be able to pull off something that's literally the hardest thing to do when you're having a great day is like even still like public speaking. It's difficult, being a comedian, being funny in front of a crowd. And like you did it when you were literally like right in the middle of fresh out of like, starting this divorce and like getting it all together, and it's just like leaving your house and like pulling up in a U-Haul and all that. So I had no idea about any of that, and then I actually didn't get to like meet you then. I just saw you. And then a week or two later, you were at this show with that Aiden was doing, and he introduced me to you. But you were so inconsolable, sad, not for the death of your marriage, but for the death of your TikTok account.
Mainly, yes, my TikTok. I mean, divorce, you do it. It's my second time, getting rid of a husband. But
I think that was the reason you were crying. Yeah, yeah, they banned you on TikTok, and you were really upset about that. And you gave me the story as to why, which was crazy, about them blocking you over, your joke about the one-child policy.
They never were clear about it, but that I was just shadow banned over like little things I kind of do push the boundary, but after that it's like ghosted.
Right.
Just like Jonathan, ghosted.
Just, and even... And it was even worse because it like affects your, like this is like, someone doesn't show up to a podcast. Okay, fine. A few people maybe are like, oh, what happened? Whatever. Or like, you get a few less listeners or whatever. But with this, your TikTok was huge. It is huge. So you have like all of these followers that now can't follow you and can't see your stuff. They can't find me. They can't see any of your stuff. And it's because you were speaking your mind in your form of expression, which is comedy, about something that really happened to you. And I mean, yeah, they didn't give you a clear answer as to what it was, but it was pretty clear based on the reactions you were getting, right? From
it just doesn't sound like American people would say things like that, or people around the world would say, how dare you say this is not true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And TikTok being, for people that don't know yet, or for whatever reason they don't know, but TikTok is owned by ByteDance, which is a Chinese company. So anything that's even remotely critical of the Chinese government, you wind up getting penalized for that. You get like shadow banned, like you were like what happened to you. And so you told me kind of briefly like what was happening. And this was like after the show, which like I had no idea any of this was happening. And I said, wow, that's ridiculously awful thing for them to do. That's let's see what we can do about getting a story together. And that's kind of how we met basically. And then we went to what was that restaurant?
Shutters on the Beach.
Yeah, we met for an interview at Shutters
on the Beach. Shutters on the Beach is the beginning of my thriving era. Like I was kind of in a place to be like, maybe I should just do the safe comedy. Like the cutesy, dumb, basic. Yeah. Like, or I should just because that was
start roasting names and making people feel horrible about their American names.
Yes, or I should just really, I mean, talking about me being not wanted as a baby and make it funny. is the best thing I can do to tell people I'm a comedian. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, oh, a fart joke, or like a dick joke. This is what I do. I think that is one of the most memorable bits about my comedy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my comedy.
Right.
It's dark, and I'm over it. So I laugh about it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Is I give them the freedom to laugh about this dumpster baby.
And think about like really what makes your comedy unique is that you have this perspective that nobody else has
That's
or
what I
can
heard from my
have.
manager. That's what Josh said to me.
Yeah. See, he knows.
The brilliant mind thinks alike.
And I mean, that's literally like it kind of kicked off everything once I got to know you and got to know your story, because it's apparent to people once they meet you and they hear about it that like you are like a super unique talent out there in terms of like what you have to say in comedy and how you make it funny. And it's so many different layers. It's just like it's the being born in China, almost being, killed at birth layer. It's like, the single mom trying to make it with 2 kids layer. It's like all of the different things that come along with being like a female in comedy today, and just having, turning like your particular perspective onto American culture and like what's going on with us. And like, you've lived here now for many years. So it's like, you know enough about all these different worlds to kind of put it together. And then, you throw punchlines like nobody's business.
Oh, thank you. I had this beautiful dream that one day, my mom, she walked into my room in the morning, the house we live in right now. And, she just walked to me, sit next to my bed. This is the flowers I like, which is daisies. And she just said, listen, Jiaoying, when we took you to the dumpster, it's not because you were a girl. It's actually because you were a really ugly baby. Look at the photo. I'll be like, oh, Mom, I could be somebody. This photo should be public. I could cure pedophilia. I was so ugly. I was ugly. Baby. My nickname was Rocky Balboa and a cage fighter. They know. You don't speak English. You know Rocky Balboa? Like, they know it.
I mean, as half Italian, I take that as a compliment. If someone told me I look like Rocky Balboa, but again,
like as a baby girl.
Yeah, okay, but still, even still, girl? Any likeness to the greatest Italian fighter, albeit a movie fighter.
But you're a boy, of course.
But you are, honestly, the thing is like you are a fighter.
Cage fighter, that's my nickname. It should be my first.
You lived up to it though, because you've been cage fighting this comedy.
Yeah,
scene,
cage fighter. Yeah, that's my nickname. She's like, it was never that you were a girl. It was because look at this. I'm like, oh, Mom, I can't believe you kept me. Thank you, Mom. I just wasn't a cute baby.
She's like, that was mercy on my part to keep you. Yeah, and so remember that when you sign your big deal, who kept you alive, baby?
Yeah, I will always be with my mom is actually learning English now.
Yeah, she's got to know what those contracts say.
Yeah, and
she's got to be like on top of it with CBS and NBC. Be like, hey,
soon my mom can abuse me in both languages.
Mama Summer's name has to be in this royalties conversation.
My mom is really amazing at she just say the most crazy thing, outrageous thing.
I know. She gives you a lot of your material. That's why
funny. She's like, hilarious.
Hey, I need to get paid for some of that.
She's so funny. Don't give her ideas.
I know, yeah. You should edit this part of the podcast out.
My mom, don't give her ideas.
Yeah. No, your mom, your kids, all the stuff going on in your life. I mean, you just, and let's not forget to mention that, you run a comedy club. Like that in itself has its own, I'm sure, like, I do. Material.
Yeah, I actually run a comedy club. I know you don't want to believe it, but I do that. Yeah. I just, I think one thing about me is that when I decide to do something, I give my all. I just do. Like a moth flying into the flame. Mm-hmm. I give my all. And I'd rather die that way than half-ass anything. It's like sex. You're gonna fuck somebody, you fucking fuck them. Like you don't
want somebody to be like, you fucking fuck them.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck somebody, just like get off me. Like no, or like you just just do it or don't do it. There's no middle ground,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I just know that if I want to do this, I have to be on stage every day
Mm-hmm.
as much as I can, writing every day, trying out things every day, and looking like a fucking stupid, pathetic loser every day. People look at me, I make them turn their stomach because, everybody who's afraid with the open micer, I'm sorry, they suck. The open micers, they are so annoying, unfunny, insecure. But that's you have to go through that phase to go to
You
the
have
next
to.
level to find yourself.
You have to.
You have to keep being annoying, keep being unfunny, keep being stupid. Just keep doing it until you become interesting. And that's when, if you are a woman, you'll never get laid. If you are a man, you
Once
get
you
laid.
once you start being funny, that's when you start getting laid. Is that what you're saying?
For men,
Oh.
for male comedian, whenever
Yeah.
you make a woman laugh, her heart opens a little bit and her pussy opens a little bit more. You are a woman, you make a man laugh, every punchline is a punch on their balls. Like, they are not happy about you. They don't. I mean, they think you're funny. They don't want to fuck you.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I think that if you're a fan of comedy, you don't. I mean, would you rather be with let's say you were gonna date a female comedian, whatever? Wouldn't you rather her be like
That's
really,
never
really
happy.
good?
It never happens. Like, if you were to date a female comedian, it's like, would you? If it's just nobody wants to date a female comedian.
But you'd want to at least date a good female comedian, right? If you were going to.
Who is going to?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, there's I say that's like so ridiculous. Like, I don't know who would do it, but
Nobody's gonna do that to themselves.
People do. Come on.
When they have no choice.
I mean, look, if comedy is the thing that you love to like enjoy as like a person or a fan of entertainment, whatever, like that would be kind of like if you were at a concert or you looked at like the lead singer of a band, she's like so great and like, oh man, like I'd love to like be her man or whatever. Like,
music is so different from comedy though.
I don't look, I have been in music and I don't think it's that different.
Well, you're an artist.
Because look, you got to get up on stage in front of people. I mean, the one thing is, the good thing about comedy is that if you do suck, your set's only like 2 to 5 minutes long usually, if you have like a open micer, and you can just get off. If you're a band or an artist and like you got to sit through, if you're watching someone who's like bombing hard, it's like not good, that's usually like 30 minutes. You just got to like, I'm never getting this back.
I know.
So at least with comedy, it's like, it's a keep it moving, you can keep the show running and not have to like sit there and listen to like somebody whose like dreams are just never gonna happen.
One thing I felt that, I guess because I'm so critical about myself, right? Like, my whole life, like I'm barely deserving of being alive, and I better do the best I can every fucking minute to be deserving of being alive. It's sad, but that's my point of view, and you don't have to listen to me. You can bitch about your mom do not come to your prom, and that's why you are a whore now, but it's okay. I'm also a hoe, so I'm not judging you. I'm just saying it's like, it's not healthy. Obviously, I'm not healthy. But whenever I'm doing a show...
Yeah, you are. You're drinking kombucha. You're healthy. This company should sponsor you. Yeah.
Sponsor me.
That's a good ad.
So good. Oh. Oh my God.
Hey, it's kombucha, not kombucha, okay? Chill.
Kombucha.
That was awful.
Paid sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Definitely getting canceled for that.
That be can't, like, this is just being a whore in her own elements. Yeah. Like, how can a whore being her own elements getting canceled? So okay, I'm not. I'm a work in progress. Obviously, like, I'm just 3 years in comedy. In Godfrey's word, it's like, you are a toddler in comedy, which is good. I love to be disciplined by people who've been doing it longer, and they can humble me. But whenever I see some comedian go on stage and bomb and blame the audience, I just have zero respect. I'm like, because you sucked. That's why. They were not laughing, not because they suck, because you fucking suck. Because the next person come up, they're gonna be laughing. Like, oh, they don't get me. no, you're not funny. That's all.
Yeah.
Work on your jokes. Just work on your jokes. People
Right.
get so defensive about their craft. They just
Right.
get so no. It's not. I killed it. I'm like, I killed it last night. I'm like, I never seen that. I only see you bombing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bitter, but I just feel like I bomb too. You know, there's sets that it doesn't work, and I always think about how should I rephrase it? Should I do something about it? How should I deliver it? It's definitely my fault. It's always your fault as a comedian. When you bomb, it's your fault. There's nobody else's fault. The audience can be a little shitty, but when you bomb, it's your fault. You are not funny. That's it.
Yeah. There's nothing like hearing a comedian come off stage and be like, man, the audience sucked. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
they
And
say
then the
that.
next comedian goes up and gets all the laughs.
Kills.
Like, so whose problem was it again? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's probably just you got to work on it a little bit more.
Yeah,
you know?
because you are not funny, motherfucker. Work on your fucking jokes. Don't tell me the audience suck. They feel like they want a refund. When they were Chinese, they be texting me they want a refund. I own a club and I have the comedians be like, I hate those audience, and they actually go on stage and be like, you guys suck. Why are you not laughing? Why don't you come out on a Saturday night and don't laugh at a comedy show? What's wrong with you? Because you are not funny, bitch. Sorry.
Yeah. We're all saying that in our heads collectively. So
Yeah, they literally
take note.
And
like,
they also like
we're
really
being
kind of
polite by
down the
not
room.
saying anything.
They ruin the whole
booing you.
room because all the comedians, all the audience members are getting blamed for sitting there. Like, yeah, they came out on a Saturday night. They want to laugh. Trust me, they
Right.
want to laugh. But you are so fucking bad. They can't even fake it. That's why.
I think you have a future in motivational videos for comedians. I think that should be,
Yeah.
another thing that you.
It's
can
okay.
add.
I bomb too, but I know I'm the fucking problem.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you.
I don't bomb a lot though.
But bombing, I think, it's almost like you have to go through, like you said, you have to go through it, but you should look at it as like just an opportunity to get better.
Oh, we said
Yeah.
it together.
Wow. Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday.
Except it's whatever. It could be any day. It's podcast world. Who knows?
Finish
what
our
day?
words.
Yeah.
We just
Like-
like to finish each other's sentences.
Sentences.
I just it's very hard to do that with somebody who don't speak English though. We will really know it when I actually can speak English.
Yeah,
honey.
no, we'll rehearse it.
Yeah.
We'll work on it.
I love comedians. I do. I love comedians. Not the ones calling me attention-seeking whores with no talents. Also jealous of me getting spots they can't get in. But I like comedians in general because they are just really vulnerable people
Mm-hmm.
wanting to be loved. More than
Yeah.
even like we get more rejection more than actors and actresses
Yeah.
because they are prettier than us.
Well, I think that when it comes to comedians, it's like you have to put yourself out there.
I just want to be a mom. Like when I want to be my mom to them, I just want to tell somebody, you're just not funny. And you can become funny, but you have to work your ass off.
Right.
It happens. But if you're doing 2 shows a week, quit. Don't do it. 2 shows a week, don't do it. Just don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not gonna happen
Got to
to
be
you.
2 shows.
If
a
you
night.
are not funny, you do 2 shows a week, you are never gonna make it. Mark my words. Unless you are fucking the right person. But it probably in movies, but you'll never make it as a stand-up. It doesn't matter who you are fucking. You can make it in movies. You'll probably be a bigger movie star if you
Yeah.
are fucking the right person, but not stand-up. For stand-up, you go on stage, the first 10 seconds, the audience will decide you are funny or not. And you die every 15 seconds. And doesn't matter which dick is gonna suck, the dick is gonna fly in to help you. That's why, like, you can see the female comedians, they've been fucking the bookers and they move back to Arkansas in 2 weeks or 1 year. Because it doesn't work that way.
Mhm.
But don't get me wrong, it works in acting. If you're sucking a nice producer dick, keep doing it, baby. It's gonna pay off. But in stand-up, it's not gonna pay off.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a money shot without the payoff.
Is that a good speech?
Yeah, no, that's good. I think again, like if you just clip this up into
Advice.
like the rules of comedy,
The rules of comedy.
by Jiaoying.
Rule number
Summers,
1. Can I just do the rule of comedy? How do I do this? Let's just
go.
finishing up with the rule. Rule number 1, the rules of comedy. Number 1, if you are a pretty girl on stage, don't tell people how pretty you are.
Facts.
Facts. Because there is always gonna be somebody who's prettier than you. You are a comedian. Nobody give a fuck about how pretty you are. Like, don't be like, oh my god, I'm so hot. Everybody want me. No, nobody wants you. You are on stage as a comedian. Something happened to you. You are there because you got dumped by an ugly motherfucker who's broke. That's why you're on stage, telling jokes. Not like if you are hot, you be in Miami, Tom Brady be eating your pussy right now. But no. You are at my shithole open mic place, standing on stage in your hooker boots and telling me how hot you are. Get the fuck out. You are not hot. We are not hot. We are comedians. We sell our mouth. We don't even sell BJs because you can actually make money with BJs. We sell our mouth with our words. That's the cheapest, the lowest you can ever go. So you are not hot. Don't you ever tell people you are hot. You are like just like a top shelf pussy. No, you are not. If you are top shelf pussy, Leonardo DiCaprio will be dumping you right now. Okay? Rule number 2, guys, stop talking about your dicks.
Stop it.
If you are like the only dick joke I want to hear is Richard Pryor. It is like damn, that girl's so hot. I want to suck her daddy's dick. That is a good joke. You can't do that. Don't talk about your dick. Right?
Yeah.
Don't. I'm not interested.
We're tired of it.
I'm just not interested. If I'm interested, it'll be in my mouth. Rule number 3. First of all, don't call yourself a comedian. Do not call yourself a comedian if you've been doing only one open mic in the past year. You are not a comedian. You are just somebody who tries to throw away his or her or their dignity, but you stopped.
Yeah. I mean, can't argue with that. Definitely have to have at least, like you do, how many shows a night do you do?
I would do 3.
2 or 3? Yeah.
3.
Yeah, if you're not doing that, then...
Yeah, don't call yourself a comedian. You did 1 show last year. You tried to throw your life, but you didn't. Congratulations. Is that number 5 now?
No, that was 3.
Oh, okay. It was 4? It was, okay.
Yeah.
Rule number 4. Losers like me. Whenever somebody famous die, do not post a photo of you and them and write a whole essay about how close you were, how they inspired you, how important they are in your life. I go to their Instagram. They don't follow you. Shut the fuck up, okay? They don't know you. They don't care what you think. You are not important. Don't try to convince me that you are best friends forever. I'm not blind. Those eyes are small, but they can see. I go to the account, and I found out that John Singleton don't follow you. He doesn't. He didn't know you. You are not his friends. When Boys in the Hood are having their 10 years anniversary, you are not invited. You didn't get a kiss from Angela. What's her name?
Wait, who?
Angie, like the hot one. Yeah, Angela Bassett didn't kiss you on the cheeks. She didn't follow you back. Okay,
right.
So you were not at John Singleton's event, and he didn't follow you on Instagram. So I don't need you to write it. It's a whole essay.
Oh yeah.
Somebody famous dies.
Yeah.
Like also like Bob Saget died. Everybody's his best friend.
You seeing like with comics trying to like show how, tight they were with some person that passed.
You're not tight. Yeah. If he didn't follow you back on Instagram, you are not tight. You know him.
That was his final, confirmation to us all that, like, you can
write all you want. Wow, you are writing now? Because I never see you write. I didn't know you were writing when I hear your jokes. But now you are writing about how close you are with them. And then I just gonna go to your Instagram. If they don't follow you, I don't believe your story. I'm sorry. Like, we had lunch. We went on the trip. I'm like, no. If we didn't follow you back, maybe you were bad at it,
Yeah.
Is that mean?
No, I think that's great. I think that's number 4.
Yeah, that's number 4.
Yeah, that sounded personal. It sounded like a very...
Yeah, because somebody's like, oh, my best friend, Bob. I'm like, Bob Saget is not your best friend.
Yeah, no. I mean...
It's just not. I can see he's not your best friend.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, look, people are going to fake it till they make it and try to make sure that everyone knows how popular they are.
Yeah, I'm like, he didn't follow you back.
No.
Then you are not friends.
You were not part of the Full House.
You are not the... Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nate. Thank you for being my friend and supporting me, being a bitter bitch right here. Rule number 5. You are not too good to do anything. If you are not Winnie Cummings, you are not Bill Burr, you are a loser like me. You should be doing as many shows as you can get your hands on. You should write as much as you can. You should do dumb little shit, stupid fucking videos everywhere you can do. And you are not too good for it. Like, I can't make that kind of videos. It's like make me look bad. I'm like, nobody knows who the fuck you are. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. Nothing makes you bad. We are nobody.
Nobody.
We're just getting better. Like I can't stand the ego.
Yeah.
I'm like, why people with the tiniest dick with the biggest ego?
I mean, they gotta
can't
make
say
up
dicks.
for it.
Yeah. Like
You should start a dick jar. Every time you say dick, you have to put $1 in.
I know. I can't. I'm like, I can't do that. Look, I'm like, I did it. Like, oh, we are different. I'm like, because you're driving a Prius? Like, why are we different?
Yeah.
People are so arrogant, like the young people
Yeah.
who's not defeated by life like me, who's not, slapped by life on the face by me. They think they are important. When you are doing comedy, you are not important. You are somebody is trying to make other people laugh with your pain.
Mm.
You should not have that kind of ego. Ego is not comedy. I am still struggling every day trying to get better, and I'm still lost many times every day trying to find out who I am, and I would not consider myself successful because my mom think I'm not, and I trust her because she's always right, and I keep pushing, and I also can't stand bullshit because I talk to you like my mom talked to me. It's from love. It's from a place of love.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Ethnic moms know how to like just be truthful in a
also
way
like ladies, please don't tell me like I don't want to dress up. I don't want to distract them. You don't distract anybody. This is Hollywood. Everybody's hot here. Like, I don't want to be too hot. I'm like, no, you are not too hot. Scarlett Johansson is still alive. Halle Berry is still alive. We are not too hot. You wear whatever the fuck you want to wear. Don't be like, I have to dress down. You don't dress down. You dress like yourself.
Yeah.
Never seen you dress up. Don't judge people when I'm wearing my hooker outfits. Don't judge me. Before I got married, I was a hoe. Okay, that's my life. Don't judge me. Like, oh, why would you dress up for? I will do whatever the fuck I want. If I drove away 2 husbands, I can drive you. Like, you can leave too.
I like how these rules get more and more personal.
Because just the insecure, sad, pathetic bitch. I'll shut up now because I don't want to lose all the fans in one day. We'll just wait.
Yeah, you got to have multiple episodes. You got to stretch it out, over time,
Rules of comedy.
But I think this is definitely
right?
I think this is definitely an area of content for you, a career for you, even, to like give this kind of advice. I think your idol, Joan Rivers, would be even more proud of you.
I think so. I should do a video. Should I just cut this out of my social?
I think
because that's funny.
Yeah, I think that you have solid advice there, and I think people should listen. And if they don't, then fuck them.
Yeah, rules of comedy: be like water.
I think that's rule of karate, not comedy. But
it's Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I know they're both. It's applicable to karate and comedy. Be like water. Stay wet.
Stay wet. You don't make them white. Funny. It's for guys. Like guys are just comedians are male comedian. They get laid because like most of them are funny to a girl because it's easy to make a dumb bitches laugh. But then when you are like they can be cute, but when you are not cute, you are funny. You get cute.
Mm.
Like,
yeah.
For a female comedian, like you make people laugh. They're like, whoa, she's gonna make fun of my dick. Like when she's sucking my dick, she's like,
cracking jokes.
Oops, where is it? Oh, it's there. Oop, men are so afraid of female comedian doing that. I'm like, I would not do it. Like when there's dick in my mouth, I'm not gonna be talking.
Right.
I'm just gonna be doing my thing. Like why people think like, oh, female comedian.
Well, they don't want you to like make it into a joke later, right? Is that what they're worried? I would say that would be more of the thing.
The only dick joke I say was in my mouth is when I suck Brad Pitt dick and I make a joke about it. Other than that, nobody would know.
I know. Unless Brad hears it and he's like, cancel. I'm not coming over. I was going to, but now that you've clowned
oh my God. I just
clowned my downtown. I can't do it.
Maybe because it's small, Brad.
Oh, Brad.
Maybe because it's small. Show me what you got.
He's like, I've been waiting. Now, finally, you've given me the invitation. All right, I'll be at the next Hollywood comedy show.
Yes, Brad, you can sit in the back, right next to the trash can.
The
We'll
dumpster.
have a UC unit, AC unit, and a microwave, portable microwave.
I mean, that's
A mini
class.
fridge is $49 on Amazon. It's a lot of money I invested.
That nothing but the best for your audiences. So no, props to you. THC Hollywood Comedy, great
Hollywood
great
Comedy.
club.
Yes, guys, you will.
It is on. It is one of LA Times' favorite places. One of the
Yes.
60 best places to
to
see.
do comedy.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we should ask our boss, our producer. The time is up, right? She's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like
We don't. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. From like, Andy
Yeah.
Delvey. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. Well,
Yes.
I think Nate really discovered my new talent. Advice, rules of comedy.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I could be there for that.
You were
And,
there. You witnessed
yeah.
the great in the making.
Just another chapter in your story career that I was here for, and I'm
The
glad.
rules of comedy. I should just do it in my stand-up.
Yeah.
Ladies, please don't tell us that you are too hot. We are. Something happened to you. That's why you're here. If you are too hot, you'll be laying on Miami Beach getting your pussy eaten by Tom Brady.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, he probably has to go to football practice. He probably doesn't have time for you.
Yeah, you can
but
stay in the locker room.
yeah, I just stay in the locker room. Yeah, if you had if you put a football there, maybe
Yeah.
he would eat it.
Yeah, I would just always like, there's the ball here.
Yeah.
Ball here. Come
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
Just like bouncing the balls when he's doing it.
Right.
And, when he's done, like, yeah, that's the only way to get
Right.
eaten by Tom Brady.
Hey, take what you can get, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been a very
I have
fun
so much
experience.
fun. I laugh so hard. I feel like I waste all my money on my Botox. But it's okay. It's worth it. I'm happy.
Yeah. This is good.
Well, I'm going to New York Comedy Festival November 7th to 11th and November 12th. Me, Jiaoying Summers, will be inducted into Asian Hall of Fame along the legends and my icons like Bruce Lee, Anna May Wong. And of course, this year I'll be inducted together with the great Margaret Cho. I am so honored. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, wherever it is at Jiaoying Summers. And we also have the video version of this, which you are watching right now on my YouTube. And I'm very funny. And buy ticket to see me, jiaoyingsummers.com. Buy ticket to see me. I have to buy diapers for my son. Mainly my daughter, she's fine. She's a girl, Thank you. See you next week.